Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to be creating a look inspired by, but not created with, the Viseart Chou Chou. I'm not really sure how you say this, but with this little gem of a palette. Guys, this palette has inspired me so much. I think it's just absolutely beautiful, and you know that I love the Viseart Petite Pro palettes. This is the Viseart Petite Pro. It's the Mini Petite Pro. I'm not really sure which number this is. They're all numbered. I have number 5, maybe number 6. So I'm not really sure what number this falls in line with, but it's at least number 6. But we are going to create a look based on this palette. I do not have this palette, but I've got 4 palettes here that I think has shadows to resemble this. So if you want to see a look based on this palette, inspired by this palette, but not created with this palette, then just keep watching. We're going to be getting into it right now. Okay guys, so this palette is absolutely stunning to me. It has inspired me so much. I love this palette, and in the past I would have just bought this palette, but I'm trying to use my stash. I really want to use what I have, and I have got the latest 2 Viseart Petite Pros, number 4 and number 5, Soleil and Apricotine, if that's how you say it, that I have yet to use, that I need to get some use out of. So it really doesn't make sense for me to go ahead and buy something else when I haven't used these yet. So I am going to try and put together a look inspired by that Chou Chou palette, but not with that Chou Chou palette. Chou Chou palette. Whatever you call it. So I think that, first of all, I think there are 4 shades in this palette that are close enough in this palette to use. So if you notice, this palette has the first 3 in the top row and the very last in the bottom row that look like what's in this palette right here. So if you look at this shade here, this shade here, this shade here, and this shade here, I think that I can use that for this here, this here, this here, and this one. So that's what I'm going to do. For the shade, this shiny pink shade here, I think I can actually get away with using this shade here. For these 2 shades here, the silver and this one, I think I found in the Sultry palette, I think I can use Bloom and the shade Cyborg. So I'm going to pull from my Sultry palette, my ABH Sultry palette for those. And then for the bright pink, this one here, I'm going to pull from my Alyssa Edwards. And even though it's pretty hot pink, I'm going to use Texas Made from the Alyssa Edwards palette. And those are going to be the shades that I use. That's how I'm going to create my look. And that way, no matter what shade I want to use from the Chou Chou palette, I've got them amongst the 4 palettes that I'm pulled from. So the other thing that I wanted to say is I have a box here, and I am going to open up a giveaway that's going to run for 2 weeks on my channel. So let's see what's in the box. Oh, all kinds of black squiggly things. Very messy. I hate these black squiggly things. what this is. Okay, well, let's see. Pat McGrath. The Pat McGrath Mothership Subliminal Platinum Bronze Eye Palette. Let's see what she looks like. Oh, she's sealed. Okay, well, I won't open this. I'm not going to break the seal, but this is what I'm going to run my giveaway on. Let me show you myself. And this is a palette that I actually have used. Let me cover up this. I actually have a look where I've used this. But this is a very vampy palette. Let me swatch this for you. It has this very, very pretty vampy. It kind of reminds me of, if you saw my March favorites, the She's in Parties stack by Milk Cosmetics. It really reminds me of that. And it's just gorgeous, especially this shade right here that I just swatched. It's really pretty. It's very shifting metallic. It's really pretty. Then it's got this gold metallic. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Then it's kind of got this gold that can be used like a topper. Really pretty. And then this really, really light shade here. So there's the 6 shades. So that's what I'm doing my giveaway over. And it's just a really, really pretty palette. I really like this one. It's very, very wearable. It's not any crazy, crazy, crazy shades. It's just very beautiful. So if you want to enter to win that one, just leave in your comment. Let's make the word for the random comment picker. Put somewhere in your comment the word ship for mothership. Because everything that Pat uses is always mothership something. So, you know, my ship has come in. I hope my ship comes in. Something with the word ship in it. And I will filter the comments by the word ship. So put somewhere in your comments the word ship, and you will be entered to win the Pat McGrath. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Subliminal Platinum Bronze Eye Palette. And it is one of my favorites. I love this one. This is the smaller 6-pan eye palette, but I absolutely love it. And let you look at that again. This is just kind of a wine color palette with bronzes, and it's just a vampy palette. It's very, very pretty. It goes on pretty. It stays on good. It goes on good. It goes on beautiful on the eye. That palette will go so well with the Burnish gel eyeliner, and I am in love with that. You know, I talked about it on my monthly favorites as being just so outstanding. It is one of the best things that I have bought lately. Well, that palette, because you can't get the melt She's in Parties. You can get it on Mercari, but it's very hard to find. And it's, you know, I don't know if it's like it was limited edition, or if Melt's just not making it, or if they're going to end up coming out with that in a palette form. But it's beautiful. That is a beautiful stack if you can get your hands on it. But this palette by Pat McGrath is something that reminds me of that stack, and it would go great with a look with the Burnish gel liner. So what I'm planning on doing is, people have asked me to do a look with the Melt Burnish gel liner. So I'm planning on doing a look with the Melt Burnish eyeliner, and I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath to do that with. And so yeah, we'll do that sometime this week. I'm gonna film that. So let's get into this look. If you want to win the Pat McGrath palette, just use the word ship in your comment and you'll be entered to win, and I will filter and we will draw the winner for that 2 weeks from today's date. I'll leave it in the comments below. My disclaimer is this giveaway is not affiliated with in any way, shape, form, or fashion or in cahoots with YouTube. I bought the palette myself with my own money. This is my giveaway. I'm just doing it because I love you. And you have to be 18 years or older to enter. You have to have a U.S. shipping address. You have to leave your comments in the comment section below. You have to like the video. You have to be a subscriber. I'm going to check to be sure that you are a subscriber. If you don't subscribe to my channel, you can't win my products, because if you don't like me and subscribe to me, then you can't win, because I buy this stuff for my subscribers. Yeah, all that good stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to the video. I'll leave all that junk stuff in the description box down below if you want to read it. Yeah, all that. Let's get back to the video, to the fun stuff. The first shadow that I'm going to go into just to put all over my lid is going to be, and I'm just going to use this big fluffy brush because it just puts down the shadow really quick, and that is the Detailed Pro shadow by Sonia G. And I'm going to go into this very first light peachy shade. I've just got the picture up from the Sephora website that I'm using to remind me what colors I can use. I'm just going right into my transition area with that. That's a really pretty color. And so I encourage you to, be inspired. Be inspired by the new releases, and then pull that picture up and shop your stash. If you want to know what's on my face as far as my foundation, I did film my new foundation routine for when I am working from home, and I will link that right up here if you want to watch that video. It's just an updated foundation routine for what I'm doing right now while being quarantined. Okay, now I'm going to just deepen that up just a little bit with this little bit darker shade. Now definitely this brush is not designed to be a eyeshadow brush. It's just because I've got really big lid space and I am impatient that I use it for this. But it works for me, and if you've got a lot of real estate, it will probably work just great for you too. But now that I've got this done, I'm definitely going to have to swap down to something smaller, because it's time to dive in to the Alyssa Edwards and go for the hot pink color. So we've got to go with something a little smaller. So I'm going to use this JH33 Morphe x Jaclyn Hill brush. And I am going into this Texas Made, but I'm not going straight into and onto my lid. I'm, dusting off on my thumb. I really encourage you guys to love all of the new releases and challenge yourself to see your stash as a way to create them. This is such a fun way to let the creative juices flow and really get in there and find what I have. It's like a treasure hunt. I am just loving this. I am just loving this. I am really, I'm really able to get in there and dig and find and really learn what I've got. It's like learning my stash, really investigating my stash, figuring out what I've got, and knowing it on a different level, a deeper level. I want to go in to my Sultry palette because I'm heading for that not so bright pink, that bloom shade, just to soften up the edges all around. Okay, now I'm adding some of the Cyborg right to the center of the lid, which is the silver color. I like that touch of silver on there a lot. I really do. Okay, I think that really helps pull it together. Okay, so I've got my basic eye look roughed in. I need to clean everything up and put eyelash, eyeliner, all of that good stuff on, finish up my look. And so I'm going to do that. I'll be right back with the finished look and we'll talk about how I think it turned out. Be right back. Guys, I am back with my final look, and I have to say I'm very happy with the look that I created, and I really feel like that this satisfied my desire to play in that palette, and I saved myself 30 bucks just by digging around in my stash. And also I feel very satisfied that now I have used 1, 2, 3 palettes of mine that had not been used yet. So that makes me feel extremely satisfied that I have gotten to use 3 palettes that otherwise would not still be used if I had just went ahead and bought the Chou Chou palette. So I'm very, very happy about that. I am feeling extremely satisfied and accomplished with my goals of digging into every palette that I have and actually using them and testing them. And guys, you know, I bought this Alyssa Edwards palette honestly for the collector in me. I really wasn't sure that I would ever even use this palette because it is quite bright, but I have to say that this Texas made shade is really pretty. I am actually loving it. It really is what I needed to pull this look off. So I'm very happy that I got this palette, and I got it on deal. I got it for $19 at TJ Maxx. I didn't pay full price for it. So I feel just over the moon with this palette. So yeah, I'm really liking the look. I feel extremely satisfied that I used what I had. So let me know, what do you think about the look? Do you think that I accomplished what I set out for? Let me know in the comments below. I hope that you liked the look. I hope that you liked the journey on my palette pathway to using everything that I've got in my collection. Let me know in the comments below, and I look so forward to seeing you in my next video. Mwah! Smooches, everybody, and I will see you in my next one. Bye for now.